Good afternoon, all. I welcome all the participants for the third day faculty program on funding agencies for research by our chief guest, Dr. D. Vincent Harold Wilson, Professor Technology Management, SMEC, Vellore Institute of Technology, University, Vellore. Patience is a key element of success. So, request Mrs. K. Tamilchelvi, Department of Computer Science, to deliver the welcome address.
A warm welcome to one and all gathered here virtually. I feel extremely honored and privileged to deliver the welcome address on behalf of the Center for Research and Development and Faculty Development Cell of SNMV College of Arts and Science. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our Honorable Resource Person, Dr. Vincent Harold Wilson, Professor, Technology Management, SMEC, Vellore Institute of Technology, University Vellore, for sparing his precious time to grace the occasion with his presence and for his valuable address on funding agencies for research. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
I take this opportunity to welcome our beloved principal, Dr. B. Subramani, who is instrumental in elevating our college to the higher levels of reputation and glory. We welcome you, sir. I also welcome Dr. K. Muthukumar, Director MBA, the organizing team members of this faculty development program, heads of all the departments and faculty members of our college and the participants from various other colleges and school teachers from SNV and other schools for your active participation. Best wishes are conveyed to all of you. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. So make use of this forum to grasp some valuable knowledge on funding agencies for research. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Success comes from enthusiasm. Here, I request Dr. J. John Manoharan, Head in Charge, Department of Commerce, B&I, to introduce our chief guest.
A very good afternoon to all. It's my great privilege and honor in introducing our chief guest for today's program. Dr. D. Vincent Harold Wilson is of outstanding calibrity in his area and his discipline, and of a goal-oriented professional with 33 years of experience in teaching, research, academic administrations, strategic planning, curriculum development, student management, personality development, liaison coordination, and team management. We have significant exposure by visiting countries like United States, UAE, Singapore, China, Sri Lanka, Bahrain, and Oman. We have trained students by using interactive discussions, hands-on training methods. We have executed liaison works, international collaborations, technology transfer, and have executed product development with design of experiment and statistical analysis, etc. We have procured a B.Tech degree from Government College of Technology in 1986 and M.Tech in specializing refrigeration and air conditioning from Coimbatore Institute of Technology in the year 1991. And sir, I've done doctorate in internal combustion engines and National Institute of Technology, Trichy, in 2017. He started his career as assistant professor and head from the Department of Mechanical Engineering in Coimbatore Institute of Technology. And he also worked in Anjala Amala Mahalingam Engineering College, and he have held assignments as principal in Christian Polytechnic, Vatanjatram, Parisutam Institute of Technology, PR College of Engineering and Technology, and Tork H Institute of Science and Technology, Ernakulam. He also worked in industry as a managing director in Rent Industry, Tanjavur. And sir, at present is holding as a professor, Department of Technology Management, School of Mechanical Engineering, VIT University, Vellore. The other applies being currently is involved in consultancy work for Innotech Singapore on IC engines emissions, and significantly has guided and mentored 5 candidates in completing their PhD degrees. To his credit, he has professional affiliations in life member of Indian Society for Technical Education, executive council member for Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry section, and member in Computer Society of India alike. And he have 23 publications to his credit, out of which notably he have published in Scopus Index journals, Thomas Reuters Emerging Sources Citation Index journals, and Elsevier journals. And he have participated in 16 international conferences and national conferences, seminars and workshops, and presented the papers. He is an eminent organizer. To his credit, he have organized eminent events like sponsored programs by Council of Scientific Research on process modeling and simulation on 2012. And he have organized Springer International Conference on Bio-Inspired Computing and Application at Cochin in 2015, and couple of faculty development programs on learning and teaching curriculum for Prist University for Tanjavur and Pondicherry chapters. The highlight of his tenure being, nevertheless, Sir have got 7 patents published so far by Government of India and 2 are granted. He is a consultant for international consultancy work from Effectus Eco PPE Limited, Singapore on special type of water filter, and being instrumental in rendering consultancy work for AID PADI undertaken for a project of worth of rupees 2 lakhs, and also been a consultant for Singapore company and product development in automobile for reduction on pollution. And is a recipient of Meritorious Best Institution Award by Society for Education and Entrepreneurship Development STEED at New Delhi for Industry Institution Interaction for the year 2015. And he holds the distinction of obtaining NBA accreditation as a HOD at Tanjamal and Ammal Mahalingam Engineering College, Tiruvarur, and implemented outcome-based education in line with National Board of Accreditation, in line with Washington Accord at Tok H Institute of Technology, Cochin. He played a vital role in organizing programs sponsored by CSR and DSN ISTE. With his aura of experience and commendable achievements, I am sure today's program will be of a great informative session. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now, I am honored to invite you to take up this session, sir.
Thank you for your kind words and introduction. And let me share my PPT. Is my PPT visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm very happy that SNMB College of Arts and Science, along with Institute of Management, is organizing this FDP, and the Center for Research and Development and Faculty Development Cell has jointly taken this initiative. And with this adaptive approaches for modern teaching and research, I am very sure that the teaching community will be benefited largely towards research, towards getting patents, and towards creativity. While in the beginning, Madam was telling about creativity. So for research, creativity is the fundamental requirement. I have got five working on 5 projects, and my main work in the technology management department is to encourage students to have startups, and we are training the students to have their own startups, companies, to get patents, to work on the product development, and that's our work here in BIT. Human potential is boundless, so always wear shoes that are too big for you. I understand that there are participants from school also, so I will be slightly inclined towards the general creativity and how we can prepare people for research. So we need to always wear shoes that are too big for you. There is aim too high, and aim for the sky. You may end up in the moon. That's what people say. If we all did the things we are capable of, we would astound ourselves, as per Thomas Edison's quote. We know what we are, but we do not know what we may be. William Shakespeare. So human beings have got lot of potential, the inherent potential for increase in capacity, the establishment of habit, and the definition of being. Somebody said we are called as human beings. Beings means mainly in our character and desire. How are we? Who are we? And then from the being, we form habits, and habits are nothing but automated patterns: working hard, working smart, developing our skills, moving with people, trying to identify the problems. A normal person identifies the problem, but an extraordinary person finds out how he can solve the problem. And then he has got the capacity to act, believe, and feel. So that is inherent potential in every human being. But the thing is that most of the potential are hidden. You would have known Johari Window. It's found out by Joe Luff and Harry Ingham, and it has got four squares. Or if you take a square, it has got four area, and you can see the arrow mark which is down, where the hidden area is going to reduce and the open area is going to increase. How? Through self disclosure. And when we disclose ourselves to our friends, to our colleagues, to the society, who we are and what is our potential, then it increases our potential. And some of the potential you have, the talents you have, may be not known to others. That is the area, open area, and you are very comfortable to work in that area. But there are certain talents, potential in you, which are not known to others. That is called as facade or mask, that is hidden. But as you progress on self disclosure, as you share, as you move with people, work with people, you are doing self disclosure. And so people come to know more about you, and thus the hidden area in you is reducing. Similarly, go on the right side, left to right. By getting feedback, you will try to know more about yourself. Self disclosure is where you help others to know your potential. And when they have some problem, they will say, okay, I know this professor. He was telling about this particular thing. I can go to him for help. They'll come to you for any project or any problem. So, how innovation comes? Innovation comes because of identification of some problem and how to solve that problem. What is the solution to the problem? That is the way to get the innovative ideas. So feedback that you get from others, it makes yourself known, and this area of arena, open area, increases. Otherwise there may be a lot of potential in you which you do not know about. That is called a blind spot. So you have to minimize the blind spot, increase the pink color arena. So not known to self, through feedback, you will come to know. So the open area increases. When you find the life of very good leaders, innovators, scientists, for them, the blind spot will be very, very minimal. And the hidden part also will be minimal. When these two parts become very minimal, the unknown area becomes really minimal and the open area increases. That's how we'll have to increase our potential. You know this Maslow's hierarchy chart, because I know some of the management people are also there. And this talks about the, I think I'll hide the, yeah, it talks about the various kinds of needs: physiological needs, shelter, food, water, comfort, safety needs, belongingness, love needs, esteem needs, and maximizing the full potential. It is called self actualization needs. And many countries, the development growth is indicated through different ways. See, for example, take our own country. We talk about gross domestic product, but it so happens that the rich people are producing a lot of domestic products and the poor people are suffering. And though we may have a high GDP, yet we may have a lot of people below the poverty line. So GDP is not the real indication of the human life in our country. But when you take this OECD countries, OECD means Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. And those countries, they have quality of life as the indication for the development of the country, or the human potential index. What is the quality of life? And the quality of life, one way to measure is how much electricity bill they pay. If a person is not at all paying any electricity bill, probably he is living in a hut. He is having some lamps, might be one 60 watts bulb, and no electricity bill is paying. There is a quality of life is very low. But take the per capita income, or you take the electricity bill or the people spend amount for the energy. that indicates the quality of life. In some countries, they have GNH as indication for human potential index. GNH is nothing but the gross national happiness. Are the people happy? Are the people satisfied? So while they take census, they also find out whether the people are happy about the government, happy about the systems, happy about the state, happy about the collector systems. And they say, most of the people say yes, that means the country has grown. So they measure the growth of the country or the human potential index based on gross national happiness. And then there are some countries where the human potential is measured based on creative sharing index. How creative are people? For example, you take the US, the workforce in 2010, 30% of the US workforce are the creative class. You just go to Google and compare the number of patents applied in US with other countries. You can find the vast difference. That means people are creative. They want to bring up some new things. And 2 billion more humans from 12 emerging economies will triple their wealth by 2020. It was told about the human potential index. That's a growth. In our country, we have a long way to grow, and government is bringing lot of systems to develop the creativity, to develop the research, to develop the productivity and other things. Fear and self-doubt have always been the greatest enemies of human potential. Fear and self-doubt. So this is only preventing us to going further, to develop further. It starts from the children, because parents, they, instead of encouraging them, they are discouraging them. Somebody said, if you want to scold a student, if you want to correct your own son or daughter, it is like writing on the air. When I write on the air, nobody can read. For writing, if somebody has to read, I need a blackboard or a whiteboard where I write with a black pen. So the board is the encouragement. And first, I have to create the board. First, you encourage sufficiently your children, the students, and then you give correction. Then it will be taken well. So when we deal with the students, we'll have to find out ways and means how I can bring out the hidden potential within him. That's the way we have to work. What is creativity? Creativity is bringing into existence an idea that is new to you. And what is innovation? The practical application of the creative ideas is innovation. And we train our students to become innovative. Then only they'll be able to have a startup. Creative thinking is a talent that you are born with, and a set of skills that can be learned, developed, and utilized in daily problem solving. It is a it comes in different forms. Creativity, for example, scientific creativity, you bring some innovations in scientific field or medical field. Art and music also can have creativity. Beautiful paintings, sculptures, songs. People have copyright for the songs. It is their own creativity. And creative writing, novels, short stories, poems, short films, all these things are having creativity. So, how creativity comes? How creativity can be encouraged? Through inspiration, vision, idea, brainstorming, and using our mind, imagination, innovation, motivation, knowledge, all these things work together. And when you have creativity, it encompasses a novel way of seeing or doing things. Somebody said, people see thorns in roses. Some people see roses among thorns. So it is how we look at things. And when you see a problem, are you able to see that that is something which you can work on it to have a creative idea, to have a creative thinking, and to bring an innovative solution to solve that problem? There's a technique where people say that the resources to solve a problem is in the defect itself. The resources to solve a problem sometimes may be in the defect itself. So when we study the problem and the defect, who knows, that itself will give you the solution. I'll give you an example. There's a machine where the soaps are automatically packed and pushed to the place for shipping. And sometimes, even before the soap falls into the box gets covered, and as an empty box it goes. and it goes to the ship container. It is also counted, and each box is billed. And when it goes to the delivery, and when they open, some boxes are empty, but full cost is paid. And they bring a complaint, sir, in the shipment you have sent, 60 boxes or 50 boxes are empty. Then you ask them to send back the boxes and fill it again with the soap and send it. It cost huge amount of shipping and bringing back. Empty boxes going and coming in the transport, it is costing much. So how to find out? Somebody said have an X-ray to find out whether soaps are inside or not. X-ray is very costly, and also the people working in that area are exposed to X-rays. It's not good for health. And somebody said you have a robot. Robot will find out and see where to go for robot. But the defect, the resources to solve that problem is in the defect itself. It is an empty box. So empty box can be moved by wind, flowing wind. Simply you put a pedestal fan and put it in 2 or 3, depending upon the weight of the box. So when the soaps are there, the box will not move because its weight. It goes in the conveyor. Whenever an empty boxes comes, the wind blows it and it falls down. Very easy. So where is the solution? The solution is in the defect itself. It is an empty box which can be blown by wind. Creativity requires 6 interrelated resources: intellectual ability, knowledge, style of thinking, personality, motivation, and environment. And the positive benefits of having creativity is you have a self-directed learning. Because of the creativity, you start learning on this particular aspect. You are having a creative idea, and you learn more and more and more to make it as an innovative idea. Okay, creative idea becomes an innovative idea when there is an application. Okay, self-expression, personal integrity, personal growth, and well-being. And we need to have an analytical mind. Analytical mind means trying to analyze the data. For example, you are running a hotel and you are having a manager, and suddenly the profit comes down. So the manager wants to find out what is the reason. The reason is that the seafood cost has increased. Why? There are incessant rains and very less transport service is there, and they charge more, and so the seafood becomes costly. So the manager says, okay, we'll cut down on seafood. We will not have 17 items on seafood. We'll cut it down to 6 items or 5 items minimum. So like that, he analyzes. That's an analytical mind. And open mind, thinking of things no one has considered before. Everybody has seen an apple falling down, but one person thought something is there. Why it is falling down? Why can't it go up? The Newton, how you found out? Problem solving, ability to solve an important issue. Organization, being able to structure the plan of action with the clear goals and deadlines. That is organization. That is, you go to your room and organize all the boxes and things in a neat manner. You are able to see clearly. Confusion is not there. And communication, strong written and oral skills, ability to listen and ask the right questions. When you write a research proposal, you need to have all these elements. You need to have an analytical mind where you put in everything correctly, analyze and data, and you are giving it. And these are the problems we have come across. How we are going to solve problem solving. How you identify the problem? Because you had an open mind. Probably say you are going to some hills, and there you are moving with the people and find out how people are suffering. They want some solutions. So there you are having an open mind. You are trying to identify the problem. And after identifying the problem, how to solve the problem, how to organize your findings, and how you are going to communicate. These are all part of the research proposal writing, and then only the proposal will be going from stage by stage. There are 5 types of analytical skills. See, number 1, communication. That's the first and foremost. I know one person is very good at analytical skills, but is not good at communication. So he is able to, if you give some data, he will put graphs, he will put bar charts and neatly tell what it is and give you some results. But he can't write a paper. So he depends on somebody else who can write everything in words. Communication is very much required. So keep writing and practicing, and you write something and check it. Whether you have mistakes, you have spell check the word, you can check that always. Then creativity is another analytical skill. and then critical skill, critical thinking, and then research, data analysis, and research. These are all part of analytical skills. Creativity helps with problem solving, and some people may do the refinement of product and process. Already there is a product is there, or a process is there. Process is how you do things with machines and with other aids. So either the product or the process, how you can refine it so that the cost is reduced. And then some people work on invention and innovation. See, creativity, there are very different types are there. Primary creativity deals with the spontaneous creation. Somewhere in some place they create something. And another person is very skilled, and he's applying his ideas and insight into the inventions. That is secondary creativity. He starts working with the somebody found out small thing, he starts working. And technical creativity, he aims at finding out the improvement in a process to improve the efficiency. You know, Benz, he invented the first car, and it was going at a speed of 16 miles per hour. 1 hour, it will travel 16 miles. Well, it was like a small cycle rickshaw with some engine in the back. That is the creativity. But now you see the Benz car, so much of innovations. It is technical creativity. People started adding. Then inventive creativity, making or devising new combination of ingredients. See, for example, we all know how the phone was many years back. The telephone, you lift the receiver and then you have to dial the numbers. And somebody thought, why can't I combine camera and phone? That is what you have in the smartphone. And it is not only the camera and phone, it has got a clock, it has got an alarm, it has got everything in it. It has got a computer, everything in it, smartphone. So somebody thought of combining this. Steve Jobs wanted to combine everything. So many people, the Apple computer. So inventive creativity. So creativity is the subset of motivation, creative thinking skills, and expertise. And these are some of the examples of different types of creativity. Essential, it's a creativity as an idea. Einstein didn't come out with any product, but he got MC squared. He came out with that. It's a concept he found out. And elaborative creativity, what is done with the idea. For example, Karl Marx has an idea, how he has changed the society. Expressive, how is the idea communicated. Tagore, a poet, world renowned poet, he started communicating the idea expressive, through his poem. Entrepreneurial, idea converted into a profitable venture. Dhirubhai Ambani. Dhirubhai Ambani was working in a country called Yemen, and he was working in a petrochemical industry. And he came to India and he wanted to find out how all the ideas can be converted into a profitable venture. He started a company, and he succeeded in his attempt. Now the richest person, his son Mukesh Ambani. And existential, there's idea for survival. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Empowering, an idea is made to grow to empower others. Mahatma Gandhi, through so many creative ideas, ahimsa, he found out. There are different styles. Primarily, there are two different styles of creative thinking. Number one is divergent thinking. Think around or away from the problem. Divergent. Don't always think on one particular thing. Lateral thinking. Go here, there. Discontinuity. Have a break. Dig another hole and try to find out. Don't dig the same hole deeper. Dig another hole. Spontaneous, informal, random. Some thought comes, work on it. It may be any subject, any field. Start work on it. Remove the constraints. Unconscious process. While sleeping, you get some ideas. Have a notebook and pen in the bed itself, and when new idea comes, you write down. So many people got good ideas while they were sleeping. When they were about to sleep, they will think about this problem, and in the sleep, the idea comes. This is called divergent thinking. You are thinking on various topics. But convergent thinking, think through or into the problem, continuity, dig deeper hole, systematic, formal, focused. Work within constraints, conscious process where you really work. Many of the scientists, see, Newton never started working to find out whether some pulling force is there, gravitational force is there. No, And he, just like that, it was a random. Archimedes, how he found out. So convergent thinking, where people start working and find out something. They work on the vaccine for corona COVID, and they some finding out that convergent thinking. Again, they work only on the vaccination field. But divergent thinking, people work, find out different thinkings. Creative thinking is divergent, as I told you, generating lot of ideas. I know some of the my friends, they get lot of new ideas every time. Every time they cannot think one thing at a time. They cannot focus, but they get different ideas. They keep on jumping. That is also needed, and it is called lateral thinking. The possibilities are more. Idea generation is there. Intuition is there. It is called suspended judgment. But critical thinking, it is analyzing the ideas. Convergent. It is vertical thinking, probabilities, how we evaluate it, critically analyze a particular thing, try to find out how we can improve. There is a logic, there is a reason, there is a judgment. How to boost our creativity? Go natural. People say go to a garden, go to a forest, go for a walk, and nature can inspire you. Nature can inspire people's minds to be more creative. Okay, some people go to the wild places to get ideas and move more. Research shows that people come up with more ideas when they move, from the normal activity. Go for a jogging, go for some kind of a different activity, and your brain can have new ideas and creative ideas. Use your hands. No, when I have heard people, when they go for picnic, some new ideas come after going there. The mind opens. Use your hands. Start doing something. Work something. Some model in your hand with the cardboard, with some glue, fevicol, and do something with your hands. And that helps you to have more ideas. Lose your pride. Be humble. That means be willing to learn from anybody. And if you are not worried who gets the credit for creativity, then you will love building new ideas with other creative people. So you can have collaboration. There's something called open innovation. Open innovation means, yeah, we get ideas from others, we give our ideas and all, and finally we get some new idea. There are, I know one professor, he was giving a talk why the number one, number two, number three universities in the whole world, how they got into the top rankings. And the idea is that whatever good practice they have, they started sharing with others. So the more you grab, the less you get. The more you give, the more you get. So simply give. Don't try to hide. Give. Share your ideas, and you get ideas. That is called open innovation. And closed innovation, you get an idea, you work, and you produce. That is closed innovation. Some companies follow closed innovation, and many companies follow open innovation, where they collaborate with other companies and working. Warm up. Take everyday object and see how many different uses you can think of in 2 minutes. Take a gem clip and try to find out what are all the other things you can make from it. You get some new ideas. Search for evidence. Get a list of all the times in the past when you have come up with the creative solutions to things, and how you got that idea, the place, the situation, the timing, and what actually uh, stimulated you to have a new idea. Ask, what if I was a kid? Children are not at all constrained in their thinking. They think so many things. They talk so many things. New things they talk. So think like a kid and ask questions. No, children keep on asking questions. And sometimes we get fed up. Why are you asking questions? Stop, we say. No, we should not say that, because his creativity increases. Hang out with the creative people. If somebody is creative, go and join with them, go for a cup of tea with them, talk with them, and then it also helps you to have creative ideas. This creativity involves 4 stages. Preparation: formulate the problem, collect the facts, materials necessary for finding new solutions. When you're writing a research proposal, you need to have this step. What are the problems? And then collect all the facts related to that problem, materials necessary to find the solution. It may be a software, some other tool which you may require to solve the problem. Then incubation, the thorough process of finding a solution to the problem. You keep on meditating on it. what to do, how to do, when to do, where to find out, whom shall I contact, which journal shall I refer, which library shall I go. So keep on. That is called incubation period. Then suddenly you get a bright idea. That is called illumination. The sudden flash of idea, the eureka experience. No, Archimedes, when he jumped into the water, he got the sudden idea, started running, eureka, eureka. And buoyancy was found out is the one of the very fundamental invention for fluid mechanics, for the ships which float on water, so many things. So that is illumination. And then verification, evaluate the validity of the solution, whether it will work out or not. That is a validity of the solution. So this is a basis for your preparation of research proposal for getting funds. Then creative thinking techniques, mind mapping. When you have an idea, you sit with your friends, 4 or 5 friends, or you can go to a classroom where intelligent students are there, and tell them to give ideas about these things. That is called brainstorming. I know in US there was a huge problem of disposal of the ice cream cups. In those days, these ice cream cups will come in plastic, and the disposal problem was huge because it will not decompose. So they started having a brainstorming. They invited different company heads and people, and they were thinking on how to find out a solution for this disposal problem. And brainstorming means you can go on giving your ideas, but nobody should judge that idea at the time. Nobody should say, no, no, this idea won't work or this will work. Nothing. So there is ideas coming, brainstorming, all storms, and they record all the things, and then slowly eliminate all the things which are not feasible, and among the feasible ones, whichever is feasible with a low effort, you can choose. So somebody said, throw the cup to the beggar. Throw the cup to the beggar. That was one idea came from the brainstorming. Then they started working on that one. Then they found out when the beggar will accept, if it is thrown, in what form he will accept. So beggar obviously will be very hungry. So we will make it as a biscuit material, eatable material. Then the beggar will eat. Nowadays you go to ice cream, you get a cone ice cream, and you eat the ice cream, and then you eat the cone also because it tastes well, wafer. So that's how it came up. So the problem of disposal was solved. And in Karnataka, there was a heavy problem of people who were traveling in the state transport buses. They will not get the ticket. They got so much used to ticketless traveling. So the transport corporation was facing huge loss, and they had a brainstorming session, and somebody said, increase the number of inspectors. Again, you have to pay the salary, you have to pay the gratuity, PF, and so many other things are there. It will run into loss. And somebody said, issue the ticket as a lottery. They thought that's a good idea. Then they advertised in the paper that everybody getting a ticket once in a week. At the end of the week, there will be a lottery, and the lot will be taken, and whoever wins first prize 20,000 rupees, second prize 15,000 rupees, third prize so much, 4, 5, 6. So as soon as the person gets into the bus, he starts asking for ticket, and like that they practice the people, and the ticket buying has become a habit for the people. And after that, they suspended the lottery scheme, and this problem was solved. So that is called mind mapping, brainstorming, or spiral diagram. Checklist. Have a small notebook. Why, where, when, who, what, how. Socrates told that he has got 5 best friends. Wherever he goes, he has got the friends. Who are the friends? Who, what, where, how, and why. Anything. Keep on asking questions. And you should not ask question only once. Why? Keep on asking 5 times to identify the root of the problem. Why it happens like this? They will say some answer. Usually, when students come late to the class, you ask, "Why are you late?" He will say, "Bus late, sir." Okay, hereafter don't come late. That's all. You will not try to find out anything. Ask him, "Why was the bus late?" Then he will say, "No, I woke up late, sir. I missed the bus." "Why you woke up late?" Ask another question. Third question, "I went to bed very late." Fourth question, "Why you went to bed very late?" "I saw a movie." Then why you saw a movie? So it will give you some solutions. My dad scolded, I was feeling bored and felt very lonely, and then thought of looking into the YouTube or things like that. So keep on asking questions many times, you get something like that. Then thinking hats, put a hat, different hat. This when the Challenger was sent to the sky, within few seconds it exploded, and one of the teachers was also going. All the 7 people killed in the fraction of second. And when you read that history, the engineers are working, and MBA people, managers are also there, and the engineers have not completed the test with respect to a complete one O-ring. They'll have to test its property at very low temperature, at minus 50 degree, how it will behave, whether it will become brittle or flexible, or whether it will crack. They'll have to study. And a particular date was fixed when the president wanted to come and see the launching of the satellite. So the managers were asking them to rush up. They said, no, it is not a matter to be rushed up, we need more time. So they didn't know how to go and ask for another date. So the managers told, you interpolate, extrapolate the results, up to 40 which curve, then extrapolate and finish the research. Like that they finished the research, and they didn't really do the experiment. So you are having the engineer's hat, no time. Then you put the management hat, no extra time can be given. So like the different hats. And what happened? The Challenger exactly failed on the O-ring. O-ring failed, and the fuel came out, and it caught fire. So different hats will have to put. So in that particular Challenger case, they said the management hat has to be changed to engineering hat, and then see from their point of view. So like that, thinking also, you can have different hats: facts, emotions, judgments, logic, creativity, and control. In another slide, we'll see these thinking hats. Then lateral thinking, sidestepping. Boeing aircraft, the engine has got a turbine and compressor. It rotates, and so you need to have, the engine has to be perfectly circled. The inner circle has to be a circle, and then you have the outer circle also, because the engine has to be held, and all the compressed gases are to be held. You can see particular thickness. Outer ring also will be a circle. But if you want to increase the engine size, what will happen? You cannot do that. The engine size is more, it will touch on the ground. The ground clearance will be reduced while landing and takeoff. It's a problem. How to solve this problem? And how to increase the size of the engine, at the same time the clearance should not be reduced. So how to solve that? Lateral thinking. Why do you want to have only a circle on the outer part? Why can't the shape be changed? Somebody said, okay, they started working on it. And now when you see the Boeing aircraft engine, the inner circle will be a perfect circle. The outer shape will not be a perfect circle. It will be flattened down, and it is almost like a triangle with the sharp corners bent. They are not very sharp, they are slightly bent. So you can see like a triangle, and inside will be a circle. That's called lateral thinking. How we can solve the problem? I was telling you how the soap box used to be blown by, empty boxes blown by the wind. Then random word, imagine association. How to associate this with that? Picture association, different pictures, bring them together, change perspectives. You put yourself on other people's shoes, how they would feel. That's called empathy. Get up and go out. Let your mind wander and see the need, see the problem. So this is the way we have to think and identify a problem for a research. Okay, research. Yeah, I was telling you about the 6 thinking hats. White hat means you always work on facts, figures, data. Blue hat, you have to overview, summarize, planning, everything you have to do. Research proposal, it should not contain only the fact and figures and data. It should have facts and figures and data. At the same time, it should be summarized. It should be neatly written, para, title wise, and things like that. And a red hat, feelings, hunches, instincts. Yeah, what is the benefit of this project with respect to the society? Any research project should have some link with the society. Yeah, people will get the feeling, they'll be helped. This like that. Red hat, green hat, creativity, ideas, possibility. Yellow hat, what are the advantages, what are the opportunities, what are the benefits. And the black hat, disadvantages, problems and risks. Always better to write this also, so that we don't give a false picture. Okay. Then, as a researcher, I need to be having develop skills, listening skills. I should be open. Somebody said the parachute will work only when it is open. Similarly, our mind is a parachute. It will work only when it is open. Be open to ideas. Be willing to listen to anybody and everybody. He may be a student, or he may be your neighbor, or he may be an old person. Listen to him. He may have some ideas to share with you. So pay attention. Withhold judgment. Don't immediately say, no, no, that and all will not work. That is very costly. That is outdated. No, no judgment. For some time, withhold the judgment. And whatever you have heard, listened, reflect, clarify. If you want more clarification, call him and ask for more details. Or look at the dictionary, look at the journal, look at the articles, and get it clarified. Then you summarize and then share with others. That is the way to be creative. Okay. And we started with the human potential, and this is a house of potential, we can call house of potential. And every house has got a foundation. What is a foundation? The foundation is being aware. I hope you remember the earlier slides where I put a Johari's window: self disclosure and feedback. These two things gives you more awareness. So keep on disclosing yourself. Yeah, today I read it, and this is the new thing I have found out. Today I got a thought like that. Share with your friends. Self disclosure. Get feedback. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I behave like this. Is there anything wrong? Is there anything where I could have improved? So getting feedback. So being aware. So the first step is individual awareness. What is your strength? What is your capacity? What is your potential? That is individual awareness. And then you are moving with a team. The team may be your colleagues. You may be working in the physics department or chemistry department. Don't fight. What we are going to get when we fight with each other? As a team, we have to work with each other. And team awareness. As a team, what is our strength? And then you are working in an organization, organizational awareness. And then you are in a society, societal awareness. What is the lack in the society? What is the thing that the society will respond better? So what is the, some societies there may be some kind of diseases spreading very fast. What is the reason? What is the cause? Is it because of the food habit, or it is because of the chemicals that are mixed in a particular uh, food? So, or is there any problem in the food process? So there is societal awareness, and with all this awareness, you are again coming back to individual. This is personal development. With this as the foundation, we go to the pillar of the house. Three pillars are here. There may be so many other pillars, and these pillars are divided like holistic view, generosity, and passion. Holistic view, generosity, and passion. And what it is, being inspired, that is the first pillar. Being abundant, that is the next level of growth. And being in service, that's a ultimate. Being inspired, you play alone. Being abundant, collaborate versus competition. I told you about the open innovation where we collaborate with other people to get things done. And then greater good. You know, the Google, uh, all the big companies like VMware and Apple, all they all collaborate. So many things they give and take, and they collaborate. They develop something for the other company. So that's why the growth is very phenomenal. And being in service, greater good. Bill Gates, Microsoft, he now has taken up a lot of charity work. That is a greater good because he's doing a service. People think that they have earned money from the society, they want to give back to the society. Ashim Premji, uh, in our own country, Tata, Ratan Tata. So many people do a lot of good to the service, give back. So that is a growth. We are playing alone, collaborating in a team, and then we give back the service. Curiosity, and second, being abundant is doing from being. You are being, you are a curious being, and now you are doing something. And the third, being in service is connectedness. You connect with people, and being inspired is. I think I'll keep my mouse also so that you know. Being inspired, facing the unknown, being abundant, trust versus control, and being in service, compassion. How gradually it grows. Being in the flow, gratitude and harmony. Open to new possibility, acknowledgement, humility, holisticity, generosity, and passion. So this is the house of potential, we can say, and it involves the same thing, put it in a different form: self leadership, employee engagement, customer orientation, bottom line focus, inventiveness, trustworthiness. So this is how the potential works. I told you, being aware state, living in a state of inquiry. Go on asking questions, questions to yourself, question to your neighbors and people around you. And then employee engagement, play, experimentation, being inspired state. Then being abundant state, help others shine, alter relationship to all adversaries. And being in service state, commit to a higher cause, synchronize individual and collective purpose. And this is how the human potential realization works. Okay? And you can think of some small activities which are called as acts of creativity. Here there are 10 simple ways to inject creativity into your daily life. You can do this to your students also, and they'll become creativity, and collectively you can do something. Start a visual thinking journal. Always have a small notebook. Nowadays you have a mobile has got a notebook in it, and you can scribble in that one. Write for 10 minutes each day. Have a diary. Write something, scribble something. Your ideas will flow, and it is recorded. And snap a photo at the same time every day. Wherever you are, think evening 4 o'clock, I have to take a snap. Every day you'll be in different places, and then see all the pictures together. You can see some kind of connectivity. You get a new idea. Snap a photo at the same time every day. Read for 10 minutes every day. Something. I know one professor, he is no more, but he was a great scientist, and he was the additional director of technical education. And he used to come to our institution, and he says, I don't want any food, any coffee, tea. He will bring some bread with him. He will take it for lunch, but he will talk with the faculty and give them a lot of ideas, projects to work on. And he will say he will have a lot of books around the bed. Night, suddenly when he wakes up, he takes some book, turns some page, and he reads, and then takes some notes, and then sleeps. Creative men. Read for 10 minutes every day. Spend time alone thinking. Talk it out. Arrange for some small talks, 10 minutes talk, 15 minutes talk to your students. I know one of my students, he used to do like that. And I used to encourage him. And he will arrange a small talk weekly once in the drawing hall. He gets a permission from the principal, and he will call his friends and will ask one faculty to talk for some time, and invited me also to talk. And one staff will go and talk to them on some topic, any topic they can talk. Like that he started arranging. And what he did now, see, now today, to his credit, he has got 250 patents to his credit. He was invited by Mukesh Ambani, Reliance University, and there also he helped them to get a lot of 100 patents. So he has become like that. He gets crores of money, and he has started his own desalination plant in one of the seashores. See how it all started with talking. And he used to get a lot of ideas, and he has got a back engineers who will start working with ideas. And chunk a big project. Yeah, with all the ideas, you write a big project. Chunk your learning. Sign up for a free course. Now, Coursera and Moodle, lot of courses are there. NPTEL. You can sign up for some course and do study. Don't be idle, because idle man's mind is devil's workshop. Then brainstorm 5 new ideas every day. Brainstorm 5 new ideas. It may be working, may not be working. Forget about it, but start working. So this you can teach your students. Tell this small tips your students and ask them to follow. Might be if you talk to 60 students, maybe 6 students are following. It's worth 6 students. You have inspired 6 students. and from that you may get some idea to write a research proposal. At the time you have to be very careful about the distraction also. It kills creativity. Beware of your emotions. Do the easy things first. Don't take the tough things and meet a failure and then you say I don't want it all. No, no, take small easy things first, which you are able to complete it. Okay. I think I had a small video clip. A person is asking a student who is across the table to do a particular job in 15 seconds. He has mixed pista seeds and almond and pista he has mixed, and he put it in a bottle, in a glass tumbler, and he has put two empty glass tumblers and asked her to separate the pista and this almond in 15 seconds, and she started doing like that, but 15 seconds she couldn't finish. Then he said, okay, now I give you the same exercise in a different way. Only take the almond and put it in the bottle. She was able to complete it in 15 seconds. How? Because simple things do first. Instead of taking two things and putting here and here, try to take only almond seeds and put it. 15 seconds she has finished. So do one thing at a time. Focus. Easy thing you do first. Okay. Don't attempt for big thing and then fail. Okay. Learn what times of the day you are most productive and use that time to work on this. Exercise your attention muscle. Get out of your seat and moving about so that you are inspired. Your present circumstances don't determine where you can go, they merely determine where you start. Yeah, this is a culture of innovation and action, and it talks about idea generation, external sourcing, development, division of ideas. Now, I would like to focus your attention on 17 goals. This was thought for 2 years by United Nations, and they have identified the needs, and these needs are universal. See, introducing the Sustainable Development Goals, and these goals are uh, based on 169 detailed target groups. 2 year period they started working, and these 17 goals are the world are for the world's future and through 2030, and they are agreed by nearly all the world nations. Okay, and it's universality. That means it applies to every nation, including India. It is having integration. We must achieve them all. We cannot achieve just one goal. Integration, then transformation. It involves making very big fundamental changes on how we are living on this earth. So, number one, end poverty in all its forms everywhere. So, is there any research project where it will help people to end poverty? You can think of end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture, ensure healthy lives, and promote well-being for all at all ages. See, for example, in Delhi, unannounced lockdown is there. Schools are declared holidays, and offices people are told to work from home and no vehicle movements because the air has become so poisonous that people get asthma, and even small children are affected. And worst cities with regard to pollution, they have taken worst cities, 10 cities. Out of 10 cities, 3 are from India. We are contributing maximum. And Delhi is a big city. Calcutta is a big city. Kolkata is a big city. Mumbai is a big city. So why such pollution comes? What is an alternative way for firing crackers? What's an alternative way for disposing the waste after the harvest? How to dispose the hay, stubble? Is there any way? So we have to find out. There will be some solution. I think one of the research person has found out making plywood from the straw, waste straw. He powdered it, mixed with some other thing, and then makes plywood. That's another way to create wealth from waste. So ensure healthy lives and promote well-being at all stages. Inclusive quality education. That's the fourth one. Gender equality and empowering women and girls. We know what recently happened in Tamil Nadu, especially in Coimbatore. So how to empower women, ensure access to water and sanitation for all, and many people are having deadly diseases because of the polluted water. How can we make sure for easy access to clean water? Then access affordable, reliable, sustainable energy for everybody. How to make sure that economic growth, employment, resilient infrastructure, reducing the inequality within and among countries, make cities inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable, ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns, urgent action for climate climate change, how to conserve the use of oceans, seas, and marine resources, and how to manage forests, combat desertification, halt and reverse land degradation, halt biodiversity loss, and excuse me, I'll just take water. Promoting just peaceful and inclusive societies, revitalizing the global partnership for sustainable development. So all the goals are given here. It is available. You can search in the Google, and they are all connected. Each goal is important, but all are connected. See, for example, ending poverty and conserving sustainable use of oceans, they are connected. So, like that, everything is connected. You can go to this and find out for yourself. All are there. So I told you this exercise. How many users can you come up with this one? So you can have product-based projects, trainings or conferences or events. There's a department. Ayush is a department. There's another board called National Medicinal Plant Board. They have huge amount of funding. So we have also processing a proposal, and what we wanted to do is that there are many endangering medical species, herbs, and how to promote them, how to protect them, how to bring an awareness. So that we already submitted and looking for grant. And what's the current problem, how big is the current problem, what is the proposed solution, how will it be rolled out, and answer these questions. You will get the idea for your thing. And these are some of the funding agencies in India: AECTE, CSIR, DRDO, DAE, Department of Atomic Energy, Ayush. Ayush is a very good department because they want to promote this indigenous medical practices: Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy. And those who are in this field, you can submit proposals. And Department of Biotechnology, Department of Coal, and Ministry of Earth Sciences, Department of Science and Technology, DST. Mostly in engineering colleges and universities they apply. DSIR, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, Indian Council for Medical Research, ICMR, and Metallurgical Department. This particular slide tells you about the fund that is sanctioned, utilized for this year 2020 and 21. You can see the dark pink color, and what actually proposed and utilized is given here. You see the Department of Biotechnology is very little amount of fund is utilized, and the Ministry of Earth Sciences also very little fund is utilized. But as whereas the maximum fund sanctioned and utilized is for Department of Agriculture Research and Education, because our country is basically an agricultural country, and lot of innovations are to be done in the agricultural field to help our farmers. And any product, the producer is fixing the price. For a shoe, the producer fixes the price, and for the laptop, for a computer, for mobile phone, the producer fixes the price. But only for the agricultural product, somebody else fixes the price. Poor farmers, they end up in huge loss, and suicide is still continuing among the farmers. Farmers protest is also going on. So in the Department of Agricultural and Research Education, lot of avenues are there, and that will transform our people. And research funds, institutional level funds are available. I do not know about your institution, but VAT has set up a lot of funds for the students. We have technology business incubators, and we identify good projects, and people are given up to 2 lakhs funds. Now VAT has had a collaboration with the bank, Indian bank, and nearly 2 crores are made available for the students as funding opportunities to have innovation and startups. Local level bodies are there in your place, locality. State government bodies are there, central government bodies are there, international bodies are there, UK, India, United Project schemes are there, company-based R&D projects are there. We work more on these company-based R&D projects, and we are already working on 5 projects, and then NGOs also you can get. This picture is self-explanatory, and normal people see problem, and extraordinary people see the solution to the problem. Okay, thank you, and thank you for your kind cooperation. I'll just close this presentation.
Thank you, sir, for explaining the prominent elements that to be focused in the research and for listing out the names of funding agencies. And there are few questions from the participants. One is from Mr. Suhata. He is requested for an example for creativity to mind, sir.
Creativity to mind.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yeah. See, which field he is working? Any idea? Which field he wants?
No, sir.
Uh,
It has not been represented, sir.
yeah. See, if you go to Google and type patent, any country, India or abroad, you have a lot of ideas which are patented. They give you examples for patent. See, we are working on a particular project where there are some crystals, and those crystals emit ions, and we put these ions into the engine of a car or any two-wheeler, and these ions increase the amount of oxygen present in the air, and they uh, aid in combustion, and this full combustion reduces the emission. So we have tested it in PhD College of Technology, and yeah, even before that, and it is reducing the emission to an extent of 40 to 50%. So you have to see how you combine a crystal with an engine. These two are different extremes. Crystals are available in the forest, and some crystals, stones and rocks, and then engine. How these two things go together, that's creativity, for example. And people who are working in yeah, recently we got a patent. Just 4 5 days back we got a patent. I'll tell you the idea, creative idea. We had developed a lot of chips, and then many of the small children are lost on the way. They go somewhere and the parents have to search. When I was studying LKG, I was lost like that, and my dad had to search and find out. What happened was the school bus. When it went to the last terminus, I was still sitting. I don't know. Probably I slept. I do not know what happened. I was still sitting in the bus, and instead of finding my place and dropping them, they were very lazy. They just dropped me in the terminus. I never knew where was my house and all. Small LKG boy, I was lost. How to find out? And there are a lot of kidnapping going on in a particular season. So what we have done is that we have put a small electronic device in the shoe, small children's shoe, and it communicates to the parents in their mobile where my child is. If they activate the app, it shows the location. So we got a patent for that one. And tabletop milling machine. Milling machines are all huge. We thought, why can't we develop a small machine which is kept on the table? You can work out for small jewels and other things. Tabletop milling machine. We got a patent for that. So, and when you park your car on the hot sun, when you get into the car, it's very hot. You have to keep all the 4 doors open, and then spend some time until all the heat goes out, and then you start the car and put on the AC. Instead, why can't we have a small device which always evacuates the heat from the car? We thought of that one and got a patent for that one. And when you have a torch, it only focuses on the place where you focus, and immediate to the near your feet, it will be dark. You are able to see only what is ahead using a torch. So we thought, why can't we have a 3D torch, three-dimensional torch? We got a patent. These are all small creative ideas where you can get a patent, and then if it is marketable, you can do the marketing or sell it to somebody who are able to market it for you. You get the royalty and shares. Yeah, I hope I have answered your question.
Thank you, sir. And
Yeah.
another question from the participant, Ms. Sunindita, that is to explain about spider diagrams, sir.
Spider diagram.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I think mind mapping, you can search in the Google. Lot of materials are available, mind mapping, where you get different ideas and draw and just map it. That is a very easy thing. You can, because now I don't have facility to show it to you. So mind mapping, I think many courses, they start mind mapping. See, for example, you are having a course and 5 modules are there. Instead of explaining the 5 modules, do a mapping for the students. See, first this one, and from that evolve to this one. Like that, you start doing a mapping, and it will help you to do that one. And a lot of resources are available, which you can refer to.
Thank you, sir. Gratitude is a fabulous blossom which springs from the soul. So I request Mrs. V. Sutha, Head in Charge Department of Chemistry, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening to all. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this program. I would like to thank our chief guest, Dr. D. Vincent Harold Wilson, for his valuable and more informative speech about funding agencies for research. Thank you, sir. I
Thank
would
you.
like to I would like to thank our principal, Dr. B. Subramani, for leading and inspiring us to conduct this program. Thank you, sir. My future thanks to convener, director, heads of various departments, staff members, SME staff, and participants for making this program as a grand success. Once again, I thank one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. There is an announcement for the participants. We are requested to the participants for the 4th-day faculty development program of tomorrow's at 2 o'clock by the chief guest, Dr. Anand Prem Rajan, Associate Professor, School of Biosciences and Technology, Vellore, Institute of Technology, University, Vellore, on the topic research publication and research ethics. And the participants are requested to fill the feedback form link. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam, and thank you, the organizers, for providing me a platform to share my ideas. And shall I close?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.